For fisherfolk Henny and Tahumangsang, the ocean is their lives. Sadly, the ocean is now, more than ever, under threat. This is a story on how practitioners from different backgrounds and countries are working to strengthen efforts to mitigate the threats. A participatory planning process is underway towards transboundary collaboration to preserve a small but very important part of the ocean, the Sulu-Sulawesi marine ecoregion. Straddling three countries, Indonesia, Malaysia, and the Philippines, the Sulu-Sulawesi marine ecoregion, or SSME, nourishes one of the most diverse and productive marine systems in the world. A marine species might release and fertilize their eggs in the reef system located in the Philippines. The larvae are then carried away to reefs in Malaysia, where some may settle and remain to become adults. Other larvae may continue on currents and settle even further downstream in Indonesia before becoming adults. And the process will be repeated by numerous living organisms in multiple directions, therefore linking the three countries in one interconnected marine ecoregion.
There are no walls in the seas. These organisms, these eggs, these larvae, they travel. So that is why it's very important for the people to understand the connectivity. So what role does their resource play or their area play in the bigger picture?
There's a wake-up call literally in 2010. There's a mass coral bleaching. So those are the main direct effect of climate change towards the region.
Sekarang itu hampir semua wilayah itu terdampak gitu, climate change terutama untuk bleaching, coral bleaching.
So when that happens, the reef loses its structural complexity and therefore its capacity to house a lot of the important reef fishes and other organisms that's relevant to fisheries and people.
I feel that the most challenging that still occur as well is the human threat. So from the anthropogenic stress, it still occur like cyanide, bombing, pollution.
It's also, the climate change also play important roles in changing the season. Due to the climate change, maybe they cannot really predict the pattern.
Hal lainnya memang perlu ada peningkatan manajemen plan, teknik perencanaan pengelolaan dalam kawasan konservasi itu sendiri.
Internally, per country, we have initiatives that are relevant to this project. But how you now put together the three countries and agree on what to work on when it comes to reef connectivity and resilience of reefs in the face of impacts of climate change.
And also the most interesting part is that people sometimes get lost when they are doing an MPA. They are more concentrating on protecting and conserving the nature, but they are undermining the importance of people who are living in there.
When we're developing MPA, we need to evaluate how effective this MPA is. Otherwise, it will be just costly.
The pressure on the ocean increased. The ocean are being overexploited, and its social and cultural impacts become more complex.
Because as you know, millions of people are dependent on the coastal and marine area for their daily subsistence, for their livelihood, and also for their nutrition.
In transboundary, so it's very important to have these stakeholders involved in the planning process of that transboundary research to ensure that its success.
Well, it's quite unusual to have the opportunity to develop a project where you bring together the right people, and it's because the Australian government has given us some funding to develop that dialogue under the Coral Triangle Initiative to decide what needs to be done before anyone writes a proposal.
I think it's been a while, like more than a decade of really conscious effort to manage resources within the region, within the Coral Triangle region.
And this is exactly what we are trying to do, to identify what has been done in the past, what we learned from the past, and what we're missing, what's the gap that need to be improved, especially involving deeper sciences, or what we call state-of-the-art science, to be able to support a state-of-the-art management.
We should know the larval dispersions and the directions of the current, so that we know if the reefs from the Philippines would help regenerate the reefs in Malaysia or in Indonesia.
I want that my MPA is protecting those, because from the satellite and the picture and where is the sink and where the source, that's I want to know more for creating or designating my MPA to fisheries.
One of the benefits and opportunities with working within the SSME particularly is that at the regional level, getting those practitioners together to talk, to share their lessons, to share the information that they've learned and how they've implemented something already or what their mutual challenges are. By giving the space for the forum, you actually fast track, I think, some of the operations on the ground.
This initiative will create a transboundary management plan for the Sulu-Sulawesi marine ecoregion. The plan will include measures to strengthen the livelihoods of coastal fishers and tourism practitioners, while also conserving biodiversity and responding to climate change impacts.
And in many cases, it might be that some existing management measures are key parts of this jigsaw. But in addition to that, there emerges a regional network of activities, locations for creating a more climate-resilient coral reef system, which will support tourism, which will support coastal protection, which will support fisheries.
I think this transboundary collaboration is a very great opportunity for all of us, the three neighboring countries, to help each other in many issues and concerns that are very important to us, from the flow of the water to the food and resources that are important.
I see that the Australians especially, they are not part of the CTI. They are coming in and then try to get these three countries work together for science. So actually that commitment actually encouraged me to be involved.
So these are the important issues. If we lost the coral reefs in the Coral Triangle, that will be a loss to the world.
We are racing against time, and it is a race that must be won, because our life depends on marine environment and its resources.
So I truly hope that you can help support us in this collaboration.
Sulu-Sulawesi Marine Ecoregion.